Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? My name is Justin Holmes, owner of Unique Mobile Auto Spa out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm here to start my YouTube journey, and I figure give y'all a little bit about myself. I've been in the business for about 5 years now. I started part time, like most people, and worked my way up to full time. I actually was working a full time job when I first started, and I've been there for about 5 years at the job. And within about year three, I decided I wanted to work for myself. I always did want to work for myself. I just couldn't figure out what I exactly wanted to do. I grew up around cars my whole life. My father was a mechanic for the National Guard. We specialized in tanks and the Humvees. So I always grew up around that stuff. I always grew up around him turning wrenches, fixing the family cars and stuff like that, and just being at his job. So I knew it was something I wanted to do with cars. I went to school for auto body and paint. I went to school for auto technician. I worked in the auto technician field for about 2 or 3 years at a shop. I liked it, but stuff happened and you move on. So I left there, and that's where I actually started at my job that I was at for 5 years prior to me, starting my business. So yeah, I'm just here, like I said, to share my experiences. With me living in the city, I don't see a lot of channels on here that actually cater to people that lives in the city and having to deal with certain things you have to go through in the city versus the suburbs. I mean, I have experience with both because we have a suburb and a city, which is not far from each other in the area that I'm from. So I have like the best of both worlds. So like I said, I just want to share some experiences with y'all. Um, Feel free to ask any questions that y'all would like to know. Anything. Um, Starting up a business. I started my business. I was working part time. I started part time while I was doing my full time job. I bought a truck one day for like $1,800. It came with a tank and a pressure washer in it. It was a Dodge Ram 2500, a 2000 Dodge Ram 2500, and so I got it off Craigslist. It came with a 275-gallon tank, a pressure washer, a couple detailing buckets, some supplies, and ever since then, you know what I mean. I got it started. It wasn't easy. Start out with friends and family, cars. I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. Like I said, I'm not just like a lot of people who started. It's trial and error. But if it's something that you really want to do and that you're passionate about, you'll get through it. I got lucky and met a guy that been in the business for 20 plus years, mobile detailing. Same thing I was doing. And I was in the supply store one day, and I was in there like a deer with my deer in the headlights. I didn't know what I was looking for, what I was doing, and he happened to be there at the same time. And as I was asking the guy across the counter about different things, what should I buy, or what should I do, he kindly intervened, and I think that was God because, like I said, if it wasn't for him, I don't know where I'd be right now. His name is Derek Copes. I know some people, if you're familiar like with the Facebook groups and stuff like that, um, like I said, he's traveled, he's been around. So, like I said, my man Derek, he uh, he talked me out off the ledge a couple times. But yeah, it's about that too. Meeting good people, meeting people that's around, who's doing positive things and want to be in business. You can't hang around somebody who just want to work their whole life and don't understand about being an entrepreneur, or don't just want to be an entrepreneur. When you're in business, you got to hang around with business like people, because if not, you'll find yourself stumping your toe a lot. Even if you can't hang, if you can't, if you don't know any, this platform here helps you a lot. YouTube, that's what I learned most of my stuff from is YouTube. Um, like I said, you gotta live it, breathe it, eat it, and sleep it um, to get good at something and to be, if you want to take it serious. So, like I said, I'm going on it'll be year 5 in July that I've been doing this. It'll be 3 official years full time doing it. And I love it. It's nothing like working for yourself. I'd rather deal with my own BS than deal with a company's BS. That's how I always look at it. Um, like I said, I just like being in control. I always knew I was a leader. Anytime I went to a job, I always excelled. I always moved up. I never stayed at the same position. So I knew that it was meant to be. So eventually, I took the leap. I kept reading stuff about businesses and business owners and successful people, and all they said is you got to start. You can't just keep thinking about it and keep dreaming about it and keep talking about it. I actually wrote. I had a list of stuff that I wrote down, a list of basically like goals that I wrote down, and I wanted to smash them, and I did. One of these videos, I'll actually show you my book that I wrote it down in, and I had a bunch of goals in there that I wanted to accomplish. Just starter goals. Like they said, the hardest thing is starting, and I actually checked everything off on them on the list. I actually need to get back to doing that. 'Cause sometimes you got so much stuff going on, trying to think of everything in your head, and it's hard. So, like I said, I'm still learning uh, every day. Business change, stuff is changes. The economy changes. Products, just everything. So don't never feel like that you can't learn. Um, Now my circle changed up. I hang with people now that's in business. My clients became friends, business owners. People just grasp on to people that looks like that and talks like and can carry themselves in the same manner as them. Sometimes you gotta cut ties with some people, and it don't gotta mean that y'all have a breakup or anything or have bad blood. Just sometimes you just gotta be able to separate yourself when you're trying to get to certain levels. And we can be friends. No problems. We can still talk, but it might not be as often. You might not be able to call on me like you used to and me being able to run to you because now I have priorities to deal with. I'm not just waking up in the morning going to a 9 to 5, and then after that my time is free. This business is 24 hours, 24/7. You don't really have days off, especially when you first starting. I mean, once you get big enough and be able to hire employees and assistants and managers, then maybe you be able to take a day or two off. But at the end of the day, it's still because it's your business. It's always going to be in your mind. You're always going to be thinking about new things, how to brand, how to make your business even more successful, just how to do just anything, just how to you know pass it on to your kids. You want to build something that you'll be able to pass on to your kids and your grandkids, and hopefully they want to keep it and carry on the torch. So like I said, I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, once again, my name is Justin Holmes. You call me Jay from Unique Mobile Auto Spa, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Like, subscribe, share this video. Like I said, I'm here to answer people questions, show y'all the real. Like I said, I'm a little unfiltered a little bit, but we human. You know what I mean? Sometimes people can grasp on to raw and uncut versus politically correct all the time. It's times and places to do that. But like I said, we here on YouTube, we detailers. We're gonna keep it real with each other. Like I said, let me know something that you want me to talk about. You want something to cover. Other than that, Thanks. Like, subscribe, hit the share button, and just continue to roll with me. I got some stuff coming up. I just want to, my next video, I want to break down what do you need to start a mobile detailing business. How some of the steps you can go about getting customers. Just a whole bunch of stuff. So just stay tuned. Like I said, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.